have never been prouder of our congregation. Over the last 2 years of deep challenge in the world and our own community, we have cared for one another and our fellow human family like never before. We have been sanctuary for unhoused Colombians in some of the most difficult conditions. We have embodied love to one another in small groups and providing one another meals, resources, childcare, and lots of healing wishes. We've paid rent, utilities, and grocery bills for folks overburdened by unjust systems. We have sponsored an asylum-seeking family from Guatemala in a material expression of our commitment to solidarity with our neighbors. We have grown in our understanding of anti-oppression work and the healing of our souls amid supremacy systems. We have pivoted at least 5 different times to provide one another presence, inspiration, and spiritual sustenance through online, outdoor, in-person, and live streaming worship and religious education. We have kept our community safe with responsiveness to science and public health professionals, and we have advocated for the same in our broader community. We've helped turn out voters to raise their voices for justice even during a global pandemic. And we have committed ourselves to a more accessible and inclusive future by raising $400,000 for accessibility improvements to our building. These expressions of care are what our community is all about. And when you make an annual commitment to the operating budget of our church, you are funding more than the essential salaries, utilities, software, and maintenance that make our congregation run. You are also funding this care. You are funding the spiritual growth of your fellow UU churchers and all the good we live out into the community together. Across these last 2 years, we've been spending down surplus from previous year's budgets in order to keep doing the absolutely necessary care work that I've just shared about through the financial challenges of a global pandemic. It seemed unethical to us to keep money in reserve when the time of emergent need for our community was now. The result is that we have now spent down most of those excess funds. While our emergency fund is still fully intact and our financial position is still strong, we no longer have quite so much of a cushion from previous years to draw from to balance our budget into the future. So it's up to us to make up the difference. In order to fully fund our budget with our gifts, together as a congregation, we need to increase our annual giving by $50,000 over the next 2 years. We want to be able to keep growing our newly revitalized music program under the leadership of our new Director of Music Ministry, Violet van der Haar. We want to support the spiritual growth of our children with the creative work of Director of Religious Education, Jamila Batchelder. We want to keep growing our relationships with community ministries like that of the Reverend Dr. C.W. Dawson and others. And of course, we need to keep that brand new elevator well maintained and running smoothly after it's installed this summer. We invite you to consider your annual gift to our congregation's operating budget as an investment in one another's well-being and spiritual growth, and as one of the most profound ways you can care for our community within and beyond our walls. I want to note that we are so proud as a congregation to be growing in socioeconomic diversity. And we encourage each giver to make a gift that feels joyful for your own financial circumstance. Our pledges range from $5,000 to $2,000 per month, and everything in between. Every single gift matters as they join together in a great collection of mutual support and mission toward our world. If you can't give right now, or if things are really tough, please do reach out to me. We have resources available to share as we see one another through times of challenge and ease alike. Or if you enjoy abundant financial resources, please consider a significant increase in your annual gift. In every circumstance, it is a joy and honor to care for each other. I also want to tell you that we are focusing on connection in our giving campaign during this time of continuing pandemic conditions. Our stewards are working to reach out to every one of our families in order to have connecting conversations over the next month of our campaign. They will certainly talk about our campaign and invite you to pledge, but more than that, we want to check in with you. Find out how your spirit is in this moment and connect about how church is going for you. I invite you to accept your steward's invitation for a conversation, even if you've already made your pledge. This is a wonderful opportunity to have meaningful conversations together about what matters to us each and all in our congregation. Check out our materials online to find out more about our financial details and how to pledge. And look out online for some more fun video content from your fellow UU Churchers over the next month as we care for each other and our world with courageous love and inspiration. It feels so good to give to one another. See you in church.